Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Kim and I am Barbara's daughter. Welcome back to my Flosstube video. I'm excited to show you what I have been stitching on the past couple weeks. On a new computer today. I got a new work computer, so to me the video, like the color looks a little different. So I'm hoping it looks okay to you. Maybe it's lighting or whatever. But the important thing is that we can see the stitching, and I think we'll be able to see that. So I have a couple finishes since my last video, and some whips and some plans. I have not yet started my coursework for my master's degree, so I did get quite a bit of stitching. Let's see, I stitched 11 days out of the past 14 or 15 since I did a video, so that was not too bad. I did get a lot of stitching done, and I just was really into the pieces that I was stitching, so I finished a couple of those, and I managed to get some good progress on some others. So not a lot of different stitching, but good progress on what I did. So I'll start with, I have an FFO, and I don't have the pattern for this. I think it's like up on my shelf somewhere over there. So, but since it's an FFO, we'll just show you the whole thing. This is Blackbird Designs Patchwork Pumpkin. And I saw this, well, I've seen it actually very recently on Lisa Kindred Stitcher's video. She had done it, but I saw it also when she actually finished it. The recent video was like a tour of her fall decorations, and I saw it sitting there, but I had seen her actually stitch on it, and I think she framed hers. So that's what made me want to stitch it. This is on 36 count Winter Moon Zweigart. It's not a hand dyed, it's just a Zweigart fabric, and I used very few of the called for colors. I had just grabbed stuff from my stash and looked at the picture and tried to make it look like the picture. And obviously I made it into a pillow with some fall fabric, and Lady Dot creates mini pom-pom trim on the side, and I'm really happy with how that came out. So that is my FFO. And then I have an FO, and let me just see. I forgot my board, but I have a book here I'll put this in front of, so hopefully you can't see through it. And it's Miss Bingley's Library. I'm super excited to have this done. I had started working on it during the beginning of the pandemic, like in April, and made a big mistake, and then put it away for several months. Finally got it out, ripped out this whole section of roof and this bird and everything, and I'm so glad I did, because as soon as I ripped all that out and got it fixed, I really was able to finish it in a couple weeks. So I did this exactly as charted. Some people have changed the wording down at the bottom. The word excellent is split, and that bothers some people. It kind of actually bothers me too, but I decided to go with it. You know, sometimes it's good to do things that bother you. Grow a little as a person. So this is stitched on 36 counts brown sugar by Coloring Cotton, and it's the called for threads, and stitched like I said, as charted. So I'm super excited for this. I have to go get a frame for this, but I'm waiting. I'll show you in just a minute. I'm waiting to finish Sally Spencer, because I'm going to need a frame for that one too. And I'm sort of close to finishing her, so I figure I'll go and get both of them at the same time. So speaking of Sally Spencer, let me pull her out over here. This is Birds of a Feather. Unfortunately, I think it's out of print, and a lot of people stitched this last year as a stitch along. That's when I purchased this pattern, but didn't start it till this year. And I have made a good amount of progress since last time. So I am on the very last row of the alphabet. I just have to fill in a couple letters there. And then there's the phrase, sooner begun, sooner done. I feel like I'm holding it crooked here, trying to get it straight. Sooner begun, sooner done at the bottom, and then the very bottom in between those two pots has some more vines and flowers, and that's where you put the name Sally Spencer and the year, but I think I'm going to put my name and 2020, and then there are initials all around. I don't know how well you can tell in there, all around the edge through the vines, and so I'm going to put the initials of the members of my local stitching group, well, semi-local stitching group, and even though I haven't seen you ladies in so long, I miss you. And I do occasionally hop on the Zoom calls that they have, but I'm not really good at getting on there as often as I should. So I've got to try and do that more often. But I'm thinking of you ladies, and I'm gonna end up putting their initials in there. So like I said, I feel like another couple weeks I could get this done. I want to really concentrate on this, and then I can frame this and frame Miss Bingley's library. And I feel like this year I've gotten a lot of things framed, and I'm happy with like where I'm putting them. Some people have asked if I'll do like a house tour. I don't have a house like Priscilla and Chelsea where there's cross stitch everywhere. Maybe when I get more up there, I will do a house tour. But what I am trying to do is get enough things framed so I can have like a wall in my dining room. When you walk into my house, you're looking straight through the living room at the dining room, and there's a wall there that you're looking straight on at. And I want to make that all cross stitch framed pieces, and so I just have like not quite enough yet to really do the whole wall. And I know I could do some and add more later, but I'm just a little like hesitant to do that until I want to have a lot of pieces to choose from to put up there and see what works together. So I'm hoping that pretty soon, as I finish a few more things, I'll be able to do that. The other thing I worked on is a stocking for my son. I had started a dimensions kit stocking for him last year, and that went nowhere fast. Excuse me, because it was on Aida. Aida's fine, but it was on like the crunchiest Aida that I have ever seen. I should have bought like nice hand-dyed Aida. And I don't really love kits. It's funny because growing up, that's what you did. You went and you bought a kit for cross stitch, but I like picking out my own floss or using the called for floss and having fabric and having it separate. I don't know why. So anyway, I told Sam, I said, hey, pick out a new stocking. And I pulled up on 123 Stitch a whole bunch of these Stony Creek stockings. And I am really, really enjoying stitching on this. I told him that I would have it ready for next Christmas. And my mom is actually stitching a stocking for my younger son. So she said, oh, good, next Christmas we can get that done for that. So I may end up having this one finished before this Christmas. At the rate I'm going, I'm really enjoying stitching it. But I won't FFO it. I'm going to wait, and I'm going to try and do one for my husband and myself too. So we'll see. But this is where I'm at on my stocking. Just working. This was the middle, somewhere in here. So I started in the middle because of the weird shape of the stocking. I wanted to make sure I was in the right place in the fabric. And then I just wanted to go up to get his face and his top hat in. And I'm not sure how well you can tell on here. This is 28 count doubloon, which is a beautiful color, by the way. I really enjoy it, by Picture This Plus. And you're supposed to stitch it with two strands of thread, but I am using one strand because that's what I like to stitch with. And it does look sparse, the coverage, and I feel like that's okay because this is like a nutcracker. It's a Christmas stocking. I feel like if it looks a little older and maybe vintagey, I feel like that's cool. Sam certainly is not going to care whether I use one thread or two. So I just like to point out that like you don't have to always follow the rules here. Obviously, it would look great with two strands of thread, and if that's how you like to stitch, then fantastic, do the called for. But if you don't like something that's called for, you can always change it. So I have to finish his face over here on the side and his eyes. There's a little fill in there, and then I'm going to move up to that top hat and it's a lot of black and gray in that top hat. But I figure do his hair, do the top hat, do that whole whatever this is up here, and the name, and then that whole top will be done, and I can move down to the bottom. But I definitely would recommend, if you've never done a stocking before, the Stony Creek directions are great. They're spread out over multiple pages, so they're very, like each square is large, it's easy to see. The symbols are different enough from each other, which sometimes, you know, sometimes they're not, and it's hard to read. So I am really enjoying stitching on this. And yeah, so I feel like I'm going to be working a lot on this and Sally Spencer in the next couple weeks, because not that I want to finish this, but I'm just really enjoying it, and I'm enjoying Christmas stitching. And Sally Spencer I want to finish. So I'm just going to reach over here, pardon my reach, for a few other things that I wanted to show you. I did get some haul this week and some stitchy kindness, so I'll show you that next. So Lori from Mischievous Stitches, that's such a hard word for me to pronounce. Lori and I are stitching the 12 Days of Christmas by Plum Street Samplers. It was a mystery sal, I think in 2015, and we are stitching that together. I didn't do any the past 2 weeks, so I am a little behind. I've got 3 done. So one of the things I want to do this week is start number 4. But Lori sent me a little present in the mail, a really cute card. I think she'd shown these on her video, these little postcards. And she sent me some of the floss tags that she made from the Hobby Lobby. Has these Santa Claus tags. And I know she's shown that on her video, but she sent me those, and she sent me a scissor fob with jingle bells. So I've been like jingling it. I had it attached to my scissors, but I had to take it off to bring it up to show you. So thank you so much, Lori. It's so much fun to get a package in the mail that's not like a bill or something, right? So she had asked me for my address, and I had totally forgotten about it. So it was a nice surprise when it came. And thank you so much for sending that to me. Also, my mom gave me this Blackbird Designs quilt book. It does have some cross stitch in it. I think she found it, I forget where she said she found it. I don't know. I don't remember. Mom, where'd you get this? I don't remember. But she sent me that. So there's actually a couple quilts that I would love to do. But quilting is kind of on hold right now. It's like I can't handle any more new projects. But there is a cross stitch piece that I really like. I think someone kind of recently had done this. It's just a nice, actually kind of a springtime design, I feel like. My Grandmother's Garden, it's called. So I definitely think I will do that. And there's a couple other little cross-stitch pieces in here that I liked. So thanks, Mom, for the book. And then I did get my Fabric of the Month, Picture This Plus Wren, which is maybe one of my favorite Picture This Plus colors. I like doubloon as well, and Wren. I have done a lot of samplers on this one. And then I had ordered, oh, well, let me show this first. Celeste from Celeste Creates is doing the Pink House Sampler by Plum Street Samplers. So I had seen Carol Saltbox Stitcher doing this, or yeah, I think when she had done it, I had seen that on her Flosstube, and I love the Pink House. So I don't really, don't know that I love the saying up there, and I think Celeste is doing this with Christy from Crosshatch Quilts, and they're making a slight modification to that that saying up there. And I think I will change it maybe completely to something else. I have no idea what yet. Um, but I think I would change it. The only other thing I was thinking I could do is just totally omit that box and these flowers up here and bring the border so that it goes right there above the name and the flowers. I'm not sure what I'll do. I probably will stitch in this case, like from the bottom up, which is not something I normally do, or maybe start in the center, do the house and everything. And then once I figure out like size wise, what would be best, you know, to leave it this size or to kind of shorten it a little, which would be more likely to fit in a more standard sized frame, that will probably determine what I do. Anyway, I bought all the called for floss, which I have yet to put on a ring. So I'll just hold that up in a second here. And I had purchased a while ago from Kathy at Inspired Needle some Lakeside linen because I have never stitched on it, and everyone's like, Lakeside linen is amazing. So I said, all right, let me try it. So I got Lakeside Vintage Buttercream linen, and I have all of the called for threads. Whoops, that are falling because I haven't put them on a ring yet. I wanted to get the called fors because the pink in the Pink House sampler is the whole point of the piece and why I like it so much. So yeah, you're going to be able to see that better when I put these on a ring and can hold them up better for you. Sorry about that. But so I bought this, the floss and the pattern, and I had the Lakeside already. I'm excited to try it. Lakeside linen is very nice, like has a good feel to it. Those of us who stitch in hand, that's important. So I had bought that, and I don't know when I'm going to start it. Probably not this week. I have, like I said, a lot of things I want to get finished, but it's nice to have it all kitted up and ready to go. And then because Anita's Little Stitches, which by the way is such a great online store, I've mentioned her before, and I'll try and remember and put her in the description box below. But she's so quick. Like I ordered on a Friday night, and that night she emailed me that it was like ready to go and was getting shipped out. So, I mean, she's really fast. But you have to order $25 worth, which is fine. So my thread didn't come to that. So I got some R&R Liberty Gathering Gray, which is a fabric that is used in a lot of different samplers, and I've never had it before. So I'm happy to have that. And I think that's all of my haul this time. I have been trying not to spend too much money on cross stitch, especially because I have so much stuff already, right? I mean, I don't really need anything, but I have some other projects that I want to finish or start that I pulled out to show you. Oh, let me just grab, pardon me for 1 second. It's over on the other side here. I had started and never finished Let It Snow by Hands on Design. So I really need to get this finished. It will probably take me a day of sitting down to do that. And they're so tiny. Then the next one I want to do is the December one, Peace on Earth. And as you know, if you've watched this before, I'm not doing these on the black, on the chalkboard fabric. So I just have scraps of different fabrics that I'm using. So for this, I'm going to do it in red, green, and black, which is General Arts Black Licorice, Classic Colorworks Mossy, and Classic Colorworks Ribbon Red. So I'm going to use those colors for that. So these two I'd like to get done. I want to get all 12 done as a Christmas gift, so I need to get a move on those. I think I have 4 done so far. If I get those 2 done, I'll be halfway. So the other thing I had semi-recently purchased was Ann Topley after I saw Elizabeth Ann Can Stitch stitching this one. And when I got the called for colors, I was a little disappointed because they didn't look like the picture. And that happens, you know, it's fine. So I just went in my stash and found different colors. I am not stitching this on the, what is it called for? double dyed black forest linen from Lakeside. I'm not stitching on that. I don't have that. And I don't want to do it on something like super, super dark, but I do have this Nocturne by Picture This Plus, which is dark, but I can see it. So like I can see the holes very well. So I'm going to stitch it on this. And then I have all of these colors. I added a green that wasn't in there and a peachy color because some of the colors just weren't bright enough. And I'm kind of stuck on the blues. I have some blues over here. One is really dark, one's a little brighter. I'm not sure what's going to show up best on this fabric, but I have a couple extra colors stuck in there just in case as I'm stitching. If something's not working, I'll just pull it out. So I would like to start this just because I like the blue fabric. It's kind of a nice change of pace. I usually stitch on a beige. So it'll be fun to stitch on something different. So Ann Topley is something that I would like to start. And then I have been eyeing this one in my whip basket for a while, which is Land That I Love by Teresa Kogut. And I have just gone across the top with that and would love to get back to working on this because I've been seeing people stitching it and it's totally beautiful. And I also love this fabric is Little Dove or Little Gray Dove maybe, by XJU Designs. And that's a really nice fabric to stitch on as well. So I just kind of look at these in my basket and go, oh, I want to work on that. But so many things, so little time, right? I just wanted to also mention, because I forget every single time I do a floss tube, so I've written it down today. I wanted to just give a shout out to someone who you're probably already watching because everyone has been shouting her out lately, and that is Michelle over at Mama Loves You GB. I will put a link to her floss tube below, and she is stitching all sorts of wonderful things that I love, and I just wanted to thank her for mentioning me a few times on her floss tube, and suggest that you all go over and take a look at her channel. She's got several videos up already, and an adorable Dalmatian that has been featured lately in some of her videos, so check her out. You will enjoy watching her videos. I think that is all for today, so I'm gonna leave you here, and I will be back probably in another few weeks with hopefully lots more stitching to show you. So I hope you are all healthy and well and staying safe and enjoying your stitching. Bye-bye.